Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show. Just to let everybody know, this is not a live show. You're about to watch a pre-recorded show from our history of 6 years of shows, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because me and the team, we're taking a little time off. That's right. We're going away on a sabbatical, ladies and gentlemen. We shall be traveling and touring and trying different foods and researching magic. Or maybe just kicking it in Central Florida, taking it easy, getting in touch with our inner thoughts, our inner dreams, our outer energy, and our outer love. But that's what we're going to be doing. So you guys keep up with this. For the next 2 months, we're taking off. We're relaxing. The team worked really, really hard. We had a great anniversary show, August 11th. Just an absolutely fantastic time. 6 years strong. We're taking a little bit of a break. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thank you for checking everything out. Be sure to keep in touch and follow the feeds. We may even bebop in there every now and then to say a hi and a quick hello. And we will be back October 18th. It's a Wednesday. That's right. It is a Patreon-only show. That's going to be our first show back for the next season. We're kicking it off, baby. Kicking it off. For as little as $2 a month, you can be a Patreon. Patreon.com/KitchenKillaz. Spell it all around the room. That's where it is. Keep in touch. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the show. And I bid you a fond and fantastic farewell. Bye. It is spooky tonight, kids. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, and welcome. It's a Monday night. It is Halloween. Me and Frank are kicking it, my man. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We figure we would give it a little glow here in KitchenKillaz Casa, making it a little spooky for you guys. But we hope you guys are having a really good day. Please let me know how everything looks and sounds. We rely solely on the feedback from you guys to make sure that everything is moving and grooving, kids. Hope you guys are having a really good day. I hope you're having a really good Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. We got a couple of things to go over. We do have trick-or-treaters running about outside, so we're going to keep this one a little truncated because Luke and Leia love trick-or-treaters. They love to bark at them and yell at them and scream at them. So while the great Michelle Hess is keeping it nice and easy back there, making sure Luke and Leia are okay, we're going to make it happen, baby. That, you know what I'm talking about? Know what I'm talking about? It looks spooktacular. Sounds amazing, right? Look how happy Frank is. I want to give a huge shout-out to Tequila 512. The Voodoo Chef got us in touch with them. They are sponsoring the drinks for the Killer Cocktails, which we'll get into just a little bit later. You know your boy. I'm always moving on. I'm always shaking. I'm always shaking hands and shaking shakers. All that good stuff. Nathan, good to see you, my man. And thank you guys so much for joining me for the wrap-up. It is Monday night. This is the weekly wrap-up. We go over the last week of awesome stuff that I got myself into, which there was a bunch. What's up, Kyle Nunez? Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good night and looking forward to a beautiful and safe evening. For those of you that are in another time zone, if it is Tuesday morning, fantastic. Good job for Tuesday morning. I hope your Halloween night went really well. I'm not necessarily sure how many countries around the world celebrate it to the degree that we celebrate it, but we make it a pretty big deal because it's just a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Look how happy Frank is. He is ecstatic. So yeah, man, let's get into it. Last Monday, we were really fortunate to have Amber Crowley on the show. She gave us a couple of different videos. One was called Ghost Rock, which we're going to be playing tonight, and another one called Spirits Fly, which was beautiful. So having Amber on the show last Monday was awesome. She's a mover and a shaker. She's a very, very, very hard worker, one of the busiest musicians I know, and she was on last week's Monday wrap-up with a full interview. Go back and check it out. We are going to play Ghost Rock tonight because it is Halloween, and it's a Halloween spooktacular song that we're going to jam for you guys before the show is over. So yeah, that was our last Monday, which was really great. Always wonderful to have Amber. She's such an awesome person. We're always so happy that she wants to take part in this, even when she is so busy. She plays 5-6 times a week, which is fantastic. So great to have her on. Thank you so much for joining us, Amber, if you are seeing this one. I love you and happy Halloween. Last Tuesday, I was actually getting some things squared away. I launched a new show last Thursday. So last Tuesday was trial and error, getting everything plugged in and tuned in and turned up and set for my Thursday show, which I'm doing again this Thursday. So that was really cool. It was nice to get everything squared away. Again, Amber was a huge contributor to the technology that came up with that, that I utilized to be able to put in a solution for said solution. She has been streaming live to TikTok for quite some time. A lot of trial and error, a lot of instrumentation, a lot of equipment. And she reached out to me and she said, hey, man, why aren't you doing this thing? This is what I use. This is how I make it sound great. Let's see if we can make it happen. And you know me, I like to pull triggers. So bip, 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 got all the hardware that I needed, got it all squared away last Tuesday, a little testing, a little tweaking, a little knob turning, a little slider sliding, and we were ready to rock and roll. Last Wednesday, we were really fortunate because for the Patreon show, which was super cool, Zach Cabral joined us in the seat. He was in place of Frank. Zach Cabral from Conflicting Motive and Castledor Studios joined me here in the studio, and we got to play some jams, man. We got to play some songs we were familiar with. We learned some new songs. We played some brand new songs. Great to have Zach on here, an incredible personality, another hard worker, a mover and a shaker making it happen, man. Super, super blessed. And Zach, again, a very, very busy individual, working really hard. I think he's actually on a cruise right now for the first time in forever. So, Zach, I hope you're able to put all of your devices down and you're not watching this because you're enjoying your cruise. Okay. So, yeah, really great to have him here last Wednesday. As soon as the show was over, we went over to my other studio and we started really, really digging into Pro Tools, helped me get some themes set up, helped me get some templates set up. So we spent a couple hours digging into that, which was awesome, man. I love technology, and Zach is right at the cusp of it. It's so awesome to be able to play and learn, play with him and learn from him. Absolutely fantastic. So a huge shout out to Zach Cabral for joining us last Wednesday for the Patreon show. We got some new jams for this Wednesday as well. Well, I have some new jams. I say we because, you know, it's me and Frank. I have some new jams for this Wednesday as well. I love Chordify. It just opens it up, man. I learned a lot of new songs. So some new music for this Wednesday, a new song I'm working on as well, and just probably taking some requests this Wednesday. Nice, easy, nice and chill, nothing too crazy. A nice, relaxing Wednesday evening while you're making dinner, while you're hanging out, while you're having dessert, while you're on a date, whatever. You want to put on a little music, boop, boop, boop. Go ahead and knock out that Patreon show 7:05 on the private Facebook page. If you want to join, head over to patreon.com/KitchenKillaz and sign up. $5 a month. That helps us out big time. You get access to all the previous content, the menus we're going to have, the set list we're going to have. Some things still moving and shaking. A lot of the stuff I have to do in real time now as the Commodore stepped away from the project. And Frank he's not... His phalanges don't phalange so well, so I'm working with him. We're getting better, but what I'm hoping to do is invest a lot more time and love into that Patreon show on Wednesdays and give you guys much, much more information, behind-the-scenes information, until I can figure out exactly what to do with that. But most certainly this Wednesday, another Patreon show happening at 7:05, which I'm really looking forward to. I love the Patreon shows. It's a very behind-the-scenes, very relaxed vibe. If you guys are all patrons, which I believe pretty much everybody in here is, so thank you guys very much for that, man. I miss you. I love you. And it'll be good to see you on Wednesday night. Last Thursday was my very first TikTok live performance. So I played from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock last Thursday. I'm going to be doing the same thing this Thursday as well. I got some tunes already ready to tune. We're going to be rocking that. I learned a lot from last week. Was able to make it happen. Michelle Hess helped me as a moderator last week, which was really great. Thankfully, because we did get spammed, and she was able to go in there and get rid of them and block them and take care of all those comments out, which was super cool. Amber Crowley said it's always going to be important to have moderators in there, and I was really fortunate that Michelle was able to do it. I had never streamed on TikTok Live. She had never moderated a TikTok Live stream, so neither one of us knew what the hell we were doing, but we had a really good time. A huge shout out to Michelle for making that happen, who was also dressed up as Hocus Pocus tonight. Sanderson. I forget the first name. I'll get it. I'm sure you're saying it right now. But we had a really good time for the TikTok Live show. It went really well. Thank you guys for checking that out. My mama even signed up for a TikTok Live account. Now listen, that's a supportive mom right there, and I love you. So thank you so much for that. So right now I'm looking at 4 to 5 shows a week, which was awesome. This past week was a busy one. We had the wrap up on Monday, the Patreon show on Wednesday, the TikTok show on Thursday, and this past Friday we had Matthew Pfeiffer in the kitchen creating some Winifred Sanderson. That's right. We had Matthew Pfeiffer in the kitchen creating some spectacular food, man, a really great menu. He put some good stuff together. We do have a few photos of what we did. Not too many photos, but we do have a few because everybody was working hard. And Nathan was the sous chef that night. Michelle was running around as Winifred Sanderson, taking photos, making sure it's okay, watching Luke and Leia. A lot of busy people making it happen. My man Mike Conway came dressed as Ash. Jess B came dressed as your local goth witch. Which was really great to see everybody. My man Nathan was in here. He was pirating up. He was the scallywag of scallywags making it happen, baby. So we had a really good time on Friday night. I do have a few photos that I want to share with you guys. Boop, here we go. Yeah, my man Matthew made it happen, baby. Creating a little skull. Had some for the ribs, of course. And listen, the food went quick, so we didn't get like fantastic photos, but the food was going pretty quick. It was delicious. It smelled incredible. I'm surprised we got photos that had any food in it at all because the vanished really, really quickly. But a huge shout out to Matthew Pfeiffer creating some really good stuff. Did a little char on the outside of that pepper, make it look like a heart, had the ribs. We weren't able to get coil sausage, but my man made it happen with some links, baby. You know, super, super cool. Very, very creative. We also rocked some brats and some bacon. So he diced the bacon, put it on the brats, and he added in. He wanted this to look, you know, like just Halloween-y. You know, so we had the bell peppers. Then he had some bacon in there. He had some other links in there, all sliced up, ready to rock and roll on top of that wonderful, incredible sausage, which was delicious, sir. Knocked it out of the park. One of them ribs right there. One of the things he made were these spooky looking deviled eggs, which was super, super cool. So the way that he was able to do this and using food coloring, using dye, cracking the shells, dyeing them, got that kind of marbled texture to it. Then he took out the yolks, he mixed it with the ingredients to add a little coloring to that as well. That it almost looked like you were eating deviled zombie brain eggs. And I got to tell you, they were fantastic. I ate the rest of them last night, and they were absolutely fantastic. We also had patio furniture, rocking a little Hamilton. There's Winifred Sanderson by Michelle Hess and Jess B as our local goth witch, making it happen, baby. Oh, look at Michelle. She's so cute. Making it happen. And making it happen with style, ladies and gentlemen, with style. So, yeah, man, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Most certainly appreciate it. What's up? Matthew Pfeiffer in the house. Angie Fox, hello, love. Great to see you. Huge shout out to Dan Fox for assisting me with some additional technology that I have now added to my house. I really appreciate that. It's really, really great, and I love you. And every time I leave there with something cool, and you introduce me to something even cooler. Congratulations on the Apple HomeKit. So, yeah, man, a great time on Friday night. Matthew Pfeiffer, you killed it, brother. Thank you so much for coming by. Everything was good. The food was good. Absolutely delicious. We had a great time. It's always lovely having you here, dude. You're such a skilled guy. You've got such a great personality, a beautiful voice. And so it's really, really good to have you. You know how to work a microphone. You know how to get into the performance, and you make it so fun to work with you, man. So I'm thankful that Nathan was able to be a little sous chef for you. He was able to he seemed busy. You guys were struggling a little bit with that blender. But hey, the ninja don't play, you know, but it was really, really good to see that you had some great, great help in the kitchen. And Nathan is always that guy. He is always that guy. After the anniversary party, my man came by the next day and he helped 3, 4, 5 of us get this entire house taken care of. And just such a loving dude. We were really, really happy to have Matthew and Nathan in the kitchen on Friday night. And for everybody that joined us on Friday night, thank you guys so much, not only live, but here in the house. We had a great time. It was a nice, close-knit little group of awesome, awesome people. My man Mike Conway crushed his Ash cosplay, 3D printed shotgun boomstick, absolutely fantastic. Winifred Sanderson looking beautiful. Hamilton looking great. Gothwitch Jess B looking fantastic. And my man Nathan coming in as the scallywag of scallywags all day. He even popped a tent in the backyard with his inflatable mattress, and it was a beautiful night. I bet he slept like an absolute champion. So Nathan, it was so great to have you over, bro, and thank you all of you guys for joining me on Friday night. A lot of fun. Always looking forward to that, Matthew. You can come over anytime and cook in the kitchen, brother. Even if you just want to come over and hang out, you don't have to cook anything. We can just hang out as boys. We can talk shop. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Back at it real quick. A huge shout out to 512 Tequila, a sponsor of the Voodoo Chef. My man Eric Young's making it happen. These are here for a reason. The second Tuesday of every month, I will now be joining Eric Young's for a Killa Cocktail segment on his live stream, where we're going to be creating some fantastic and delicious cocktails. I bartended for a long time. Got a lot of really good stuff up here, and of course, Google's my best buddy. But with Tequila 512 coming in and supplying us with some delicious stuff, oh, buddy, you better bet your bottom dollar, kids, that a lot of the drinks that we're going to be making on the Killa Cocktail segment of the Voodoo Chef Show are going to be tequila powered. And your boy likes some tequila. And we got a bunch of different types here. It's really, really good. Look, I think we got some añejo, some reposado, and we have some blanco, which is going to be really good. So I'm super excited. I already know what I'm making for next Tuesday. I had a couple of them on Sunday. Speaking of the weekend, this past Friday was a lot of fun. This Saturday, I was really fortunate. The great Commodore and I were invited to perform at Christina and Holden Terry's wedding this past Saturday. Christina Johnson has been a fantastic supporter of KitchenKillaz for many, many years. She was one of the very first diehard KitchenKillaz fans and put herself in Facebook prison a lot for the oversharing over and over and over again. She didn't even care. She was absolutely incredible. She helped us get started. We would not be where we are today without her spark of energy and love making this entire thing turn into what it did. She was there at the very, very beginning, and she did not stop for quite some time. And she will always have a place in our heart. She will always have a place in the kitchen. And we were so fortunate to be invited to perform for her wedding this past Saturday. So the great Commodore and I went this past Saturday to Titusville to an awesome airplane museum, which was really beautiful. Tico Airplane Warbird Museum, which was gorgeous. We got to play in this awesome hangar with these beautiful airplanes that were awesome, man. Really good crowd, about 90 people. Jolene was the caterer for the evening. She did a fantastic job. We got to MC a little bit. We got to play some jams. We got to rock some Spotify. We got the honor of playing their very first dance, and we did a combination of All of Me by John Legend into Drift Slide Collide by KitchenKillaz, which was really cool. So it was really awesome. As soon as Christina and Christina and Holden got there, they walked right onto the dance floor. We did the first dance. We did the split into Drift Slide Collide. Such a great time. We played the father-daughter dance as well. We did What a Wonderful World by Izzy. It was so good. We had such a great time. The food was really great. Everybody had a wonderful time. You could feel the love in the air. And it was just such a pleasure, not only to be performing for this wedding, just the honor of being able to do something like that, but I also got to play with the Commodore again, which is great because I missed that guy, and it was a lot of fun to play some music with him. So this past Saturday was a lot of fun, man. It really, really was. We had a great time. And then after that, I got to kick it with Erin, Jay's sister, and her hubby, Mike, or her boyfriend, Mike. They've been together forever, so might as well be a hubby. For quite some time, got to check out a brand new kitchen we're going to be crashing in the future, and I was introduced to a Johnny Vegas shot, which guess what we're making next Tuesday? They were fantastic. Now, your boy knows his limits, so I know exactly what I needed to do, and it was delicious. Absolutely fantastic. So we had a great time on Saturday for the wedding, a great time on Friday with Matthew Pfeiffer here. The TikTok show last Thursday was awesome. We had such a fun time. Patreon show last Wednesday with Zach was great. Prepping for TikTok on Tuesday was awesome. The wrap-up with Amber Crowley was fantastic, and here we are at the wrap-up again. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I even took notes. I think I got them all. Let's see what I got. Rap Talk, TikTok, Patreon, TikTok, got it. Oh, that's right. This week is going to be fantastic. So tomorrow, a little more dialing and, ebbing and flowing and knobbing and sliding. I got a little Pro Tools to work on, which I'm excited about. Pro Tools intro is free if you guys want to get into the Pro Tool world. 8 acoustic tracks, 8 MIDI tracks, and 8 drum tracks for free. If you want to get into that, head over to, I think it's by Avid, A-V-I-D. Just in case you're looking to get into some high production, fantastic. Pro Tools intro is absolutely free, which is awesome. So tomorrow, a little dialing, a little sliding, getting into it, man. Focusing on some music, making sure it's happening, finishing up some songs for Wednesday because I'm excited for the Patreon show. We got some new jams for Wednesday, or I got some new jams for Wednesday. Frank, you're going to be here after tonight? I know you're kind of busy and we have you on loan. All right, fine. Don't tell me. That's okay. Why you got to be so difficult? You're so chatty before the show, and then we go live and you freeze up, and that's the only face I get from you. Like, we've had this conversation, dude. You've got such a great personality, man. People want to see it. People want to hear he's got a robust voice. Don't be nervous. We love these people. They're great. They're fantastic. Still nothing. All right, man, we'll talk about it. I even figured a little of that tequila would warm you up, but apparently it does not. So, yeah, man, this Wednesday Patreon show. This Thursday, TikTok from 7 to 8 o'clock. You can find Billy Floyd Music on TikTok, which is, I had a lot of fun last week. We're going to do it again this week and see how it goes. This Friday, we are headed to Lainey and Jeff Lerner's house. I'm really excited about this Friday's menu. It's going to be fantastic. The set list is good. I'm going to do my best to get all that information, the full menu from Lainey. She's still working on some things. She's ebbing and flowing. I'm excited for the menu this Friday. The set list should be just as tasty and really, really great. I love going back and seeing Lainey and Jeff Lerner. And we have a little surprise for them. This will be our 7th time crashing their kitchen, which I think is one more than the Demeters. I think we've been to the Demeters 6 times. We're heading back to Jeff and Lainey's for the 7th kitchen crashing. Always awesome. So much fun. Lainey's great on camera. She's beautiful. She's funny. She keeps Jeff in line, and she's an incredible cook. So happy to be there. And their kids are awesome. Brittany and Alyssa and Austin, just super, super cool. Jeff is so helpful. Every time you walk in there, man, it's just such a welcoming environment. I love those guys. So I'm really excited to be back there this Friday as well. So a good week last week, a good week coming up, nice and busy, looking at 3, 4, 5 shows a week, which feels really good to be playing and writing a little more music, still working on some time things. I still don't sleep very well, so I'm working on that too. But hey, we're family, so I'm going to tell you the truth. And that's how it works, kids. But right now, me and Frank got some Halloweening to do, kids, because I moved into this house in 2020, right before the lockdown. So there were no trickers and treaters in 2020. Last year, it was still kind of going on, so there were also no trick-or-treaters last year either. So we have had a couple come to the door. Luke and Leia right now are hanging out with Winifred Sanderson, and she's putting a spell on them to keep them nice and quiet. But they do keep coming up. So we're going to see if we can spend this Halloween handing out some candy, having a good time, wishing the best to everybody. The tequila stays with me. Don't worry about it. We're not giving it to the kids. Yeah, that doesn't happen. It's crazy. Watch out. They're going to put drugs in your... No, people pay good money for drugs. They're not going to put it in candy. Get out of here. Maybe razor blades. But not drugs. That's crazy. Get out of here. It's not the American way. But a good week last week, a good week coming up, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. A huge shout out to 512 Tequila for supporting Voodoo Chef. Not that they're a sponsor of KitchenKillaz. I've actually just met Dave, who's their distributor. He came by a little earlier to drop this off, but they support Voodoo and I support Voodoo. So if you're friends with Voodoo, guess what, man? You're friends with KitchenKillaz. That's how it works. We're all going to do something together. How do I know that? Because we're manifesting, baby. I'm just going to say it. What's up, Marianne Kurt? Happy Halloween to everybody out there, and thank you so much for spending some time with us. From me and Frank, hope you guys have a nice and a lovely and a very, very safe evening. For those of you that are experiencing Tuesday morning, David and Matt McIver, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys staying up late to hang out with me tonight. I most certainly appreciate it. Before we end, I do want to stream a song that Amber Crowley sent us. She released this just a couple weeks ago. It is a Halloween song, and what better song to play on Halloween than a beautiful song by Amber Crowley called Ghost Rock for the Halloween season. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So she sent this for us to play last Monday. We played it on Friday because it was a great show and it was kind of Halloween themed, but it is Halloween. So ladies and gentlemen, without no more ados, I'm done with the ados. Okay, kids? So what I'm really looking forward to is this incredible video. I love it. It's one of my favorites. This is called Ghost Rock by Amber Crowley. I hope you guys have a really good night. Have a safe Halloween. For the Patreon patrons, I'll see you Wednesday night at 7:05, Friday night at 9:05 at Laney Learners, and you guys can find me on TikTok on Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Look up Billy Floyd Music. Just find me out there, man. We'll make it happen. I'll take some requests. We'll play some jams. We'll have a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ghost Rock.
Graveyard scene. See witches and goblins from other lands groove into the tunes of the Ghost Rock band. It's Ghost Rock. The witches love Ghost Rock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Goblins hobbling down on the block to the sound waves of Ghost Rock. Walking down the block one October day, off in the distance I hear music play. The sound grew clearer as I drew near. What's that cool new tune I hear? It's Ghost Rock. The witches love Ghost Rock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Goblins hopping down on the block to the sound waves of Ghost Rock. The graveyard band is swinging the place. Frankenstein plays a shocking bass. Elvis on guitar, skeleton on keys. It's a rockin' party on Halloween. It's Ghost Rock. The witches love Ghost Rock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Goblins hobbling down on the block to the sound waves of Ghost Rock. It's Ghost Rock. The witches love Ghost Rock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Goblins hobbling down on the block to the sound waves of Ghost Rock. It's Ghost Rock. It's Ghost Rock.
Man, I love her. That's awesome. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. A huge shout out from me and Frank from the great Amber Crowley. Amber, thank you so much for letting us use that video and play that song. Congratulations on a new release. What a catchy little jam, dude. And I agree, Mary and Kurt. It's a great song. It has that cool vibe to it. I think my favorite part is her just walking through the woods just for a second, just playing it. She's such a cutie patootie. You guys have a good Halloween. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Not sponsored by 512 Tequila or Coca-Cola, but I might mix those two because, it's Halloween. We're going to have a good time. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay out of trouble. I love you. We'll see you Wednesday night at 7:05 for the Patreon show, baby. That's right. If you want to be a Patreon member, patreon.com/KitchenKillaz. Catch me Thursday from 7 to 8 on TikTok. This Friday, Laney Lerner's house. We're going to make it happen for you. You guys have a good one.